Hello. How are you? Okay. Q&A. It's almost June, so time for a new one. I'm gonna do like a couple little videos and just throw them all together. Maybe it'll come out better than I don't know, just me sitting in a chair for a half an hour. So anyway, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna do a couple questions, then maybe it'll cut to me somewhere else. I don't know. Martin asks, Man Overboard, your opinion? The band, by the way, obviously. I saw them on Friday and it was amazing. Um, I know I've answered this question before, but right now they're still just one of those bands that has not impressed me with anything. I have checked them out. I know I checked out a recent song, and I know I've heard some of their older ones, but nothing yet has really done anything for me. So until then, I don't really think much of them. Gage asks, "What's your favorite Blink-inspired band that I listen to?" I have no idea, because I don't know. I don't really sit and try and figure out who is influenced by who. I don't know, because most of the pop punk bands I even listen to started in the like somewhere in the 90s anyway. So I mean, it's kind of hard to be inspired by Blink at that point anyway. Um, I don't listen to a lot of pop punk bands that started in the last few years. I don't know. They just don't really do much for me. I mean, I like 4 Year Strong. I'm pretty sure they like them, but I know they did a Dumpweed cover, but I don't know. That's I don't really know how to answer that one. So Wyatt asks, "What are my favorite type of guitar strings?" I've been using Ernie Ball skinny top heavy bottom for as long as I can remember. I know I've tried some other brands. I've tried different gauges, and I still just like those ones. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to them, though. Um, I know, I really don't like Fender strings at all. I don't really like. That's my phone. Um, what the hell? The Darios. I've tried those, and I know a lot of people love those, but I don't know. I never really liked them. So. Um, hmm. I mean, I've definitely used Ernie balls for a while. I mean, every now and then I'll use like a regular slinky, or I've even tried out like the beefy slinky ones, but they just don't feel the same, and my hands are just so used to these certain strings. So, damn phone. So that's what I use. But I do really like the coated ones, the ones that last like 2 or 3 times as long. Those are pretty cool, because having old strings, like, you can just tell they just sound shittier and they feel shittier. So those ones are definitely worth it. I think it's like twice as much money, but they last probably like 3 to 4 times as long. So it's worth trying those. All right, we're back. Josh asks, a couple new NFG songs later this year with their live album. What do you think the new goods will sound like? Um, and I think it's just, I was just kind of surprised that you knew about that, because I had just like found out like a couple hours after that about it. So I'm just curious how you knew about it. But um, I don't know. Hopefully it's good, because I mean, I really liked the last album. What the fuck was it called? Radio Surgery. I really did like it, but I still feel like the songs just didn't have as much. I don't know. They were missing something. They were really catchy, super fucking catchy, but they still missed something that they had back in the like the Catalyst days and the Sticks and Stones days. So hopefully it's still catchy and awesome. So I mean, that's all I really care about. Let's see. Enter Shikari. Thoughts on their sound, and that's from Yanni. I've heard the name of the band 1,000 times, but I have no idea what they sound like. It's just one of those bands I never really listened to. So I can't really answer that question, but you could always send me a video or something, and I can always check it out. So feel free. I don't mind listening to new stuff, but I mean, I can't promise that I'm gonna love it. So David Us says, best to worst Sum 41 albums, and what do you think of Screaming Bloody Murder? The song Scream Bloody Murder, it's not a bad song at all, but in the last like album or two, their fucking guitar tone sucks, and it's driving me nuts because what the hell was the name of that album? That Underclass Hero or whatever. That album was fucking junk. It really was. And so when they came out with another album after that, like, some of the guitar parts were actually pretty cool, but it still sounds like they're playing out of like a $40 amp, and it's driving me fucking nuts because their sound on All Killer No Filler was awesome. Chuck had great guitar sounds too, so I mean, I don't get it. So but I would say All Killer No Filler and Does This Look Infected for me are tied, and then Chuck, and then everything after that I just don't really care about those albums. So that's the order that I'd put them in. Katie asks, what would I do for a Klondike bar? And I guess it depends what kind of Klondike bar, because some of them are way more awesome than other ones. Like there's ones that have like a thicker chocolatey shell, and those ones kick ass. So those are better than the regular ones, but then they also have ones that are like, I think they have like peanut butter ones or something. So I don't know, but I do a lot of weird things. Most extreme thing I would do for one? I don't know. I'd probably just go and buy some. That's probably the easiest thing. Okay. Next question. Danny asks, I believe Tom DeLonge is very much into UFOs. Do you believe the truth is out there? No. And as Newfound Glory have done a tour for their Sticks and Stones album, would you be up for doing a lesson on each of the songs? I don't know. I really don't like doing lesson videos. They're a giant pain in the ass. I mean, I realize a lot of you like my lesson videos, but right now I'm just kind of focused on just doing covers and stuff that I like to do just to fill my time. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I wouldn't really count on it. At least not anytime soon. Matthew asks if I'd ever consider getting the Tom DeLonge Epiphone guitar. Maybe if I had some money to spend, and I mean, I do have money to spend, but if I had, if it was burning a hole in my pocket and I found one for cheap. I mean, I've seen a couple on eBay for like 300, in the 300 range, which isn't bad, but I just feel like I'd rather just get a Gibson one of these days for a hollow body. I mean, not necessarily a DeLonge, but I don't know. So it's possible, but I don't know. I don't really have any plan to. Glenn asks, will you send me a Blink-182 shirt? Please say yes. I doubt you want to wear any of my shirts, especially because you look like you're probably like wearing medium shirts and I'm an extra large, and most of mine I've worn for a long time and they're probably pretty worn out and kind of gross, probably. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised like some of the ones that I had for like 5 years or since high school or whatever. So yeah. And we're back. Alright, Matthew again asks, don't you think Tom DeLonge sounds terrible live? you gotta get over that shit. I mean, the people that are just so focused on how he sounds live just have nothing better to do, to be honest. There's plenty of live bands that sound like shit live. So, I mean, sometimes you get a good day, sometimes you don't. So, whatever. Andrew asks, how do I think the new Blink album will compare to the last? The EP showed greatness. Do you think they'll ever do a funny EP or album again? I mean, I'd like to think that they would do a couple like joke songs or something, because those are always pretty funny. But certainly not like an EP or album worth. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do that. But Dogs Eating Dogs did sound really awesome. It did sound a lot better than Neighborhoods, and that's mainly just because they actually sat and recorded it together. So I think that as long as they're in the same room recording everything and demoing their tracks, I'm sure it'll sound pretty awesome. Matthew again asks, what's my favorite Boxcar Racer song? I have no idea. That album is just one of my all-time favorite albums, and it's just too hard to really pick a song. I mean, There Is really awesome. I like Cat Like Thief a lot. Watch the World is great. I mean, all of them are just awesome. So, I don't know. I can't really pick one. Anthony asks, if I could assemble a dream band, past and present, who would I have in it and why? Well, I mean, I guess it depends, like, what kind of band I wanted. Like, if I wanted, like, the ultimate, like, pop-punk band or something, I don't know. I would definitely have, I'd probably have Tom DeLonge write the lyrics. I'd have Travis on drums. I'd probably have, maybe, I forget his name. I'm pretty sure his name is Roger from Less Than Jake. Whoever the bass player is in Less Than Jake, I'd have him do the bass. And maybe Alan and Dan from For You're Strong do both guitars. And then for a singer, shit. Maybe Mark Hoppus for the singing. Maybe him and Tom for singing. I don't know. Something like that would be pretty cool. So, next question. My favorite Plus 44 song. Probably 155. I like that song a lot. It's probably like the most unique song on the album. Bands I used to like but I don't like anymore. I don't know. I've got plenty. I really don't like stuff like Bowling for Soup anymore. Good Charlotte. Fall Out Boy is junk. I don't know. Those are always like the main ones that I can remember. Have you ever heard of a band Not So Lucky? If not, check out the song. Yeah, whatever. No, I've never heard of them. If you want to send me a video or a song, go right ahead. I'll check it out. And what's my favorite Muse song? I don't know. I have a couple. I really like Glorious a lot. Let's see. Invincible's really awesome. Anything off of Absolution, as you can see up there. It's definitely one of my favorites. Stockholm Syndrome's a favorite too, so any of those is pretty great.